I'd mentioned that classification is another type of subject access. We're going to talk about Dewey classification. Obviously, you guys have various local systems for classification also, whether it's that we put all the romance fiction here under R and the westerns here under W, or we have our genealogy stuff cataloged with this special local classification system because Dewey doesn't really work all that well for genealogy collections. Whatever it is, those are there, but obviously we're not going to go into those because those are customized to you. So if that's something you're unclear about, that's something you really want to talk with your coworkers and figure out what's going on and how it can work best for your patrons. With Dewey, this is often linked to that first subject heading, but not always. The number, you can find this in the 082 field if somebody's already assigned one. Keep in mind if you don't find a number in the 082 field, but it's something that people in the library already have, you can look at what they've assigned locally and see if you can find a good Dewey Decimal number. I mean, again, why should you have to reinvent the wheel? This is the beauty of having a consortium. You can work together to create the best records and save each other some time. So look in that 082, but don't stop at the 082. So look at what other people have. If it's not supplied and you don't find it with other people's stuff, you can use specific resources to create a number, and we're going to talk about those. And then on top of that, you may be adding cutter numbers. And these are something that's, again, going to be individual to your library, honing you in on a specific place on the shelf. So you may be using pure cutter numbers where you've got a letter and then two or more numbers after that you build with the cutter table, or you may be doing sort of the cutter-ish numbers where or that aren't even numbers quite often, that are just like the first three letters of the author's last name or whatever. Whatever you're doing, just do it. Don't worry too much about it. If you're not using the fancy cutter table, perfectly fine. Though if you are and you want a fancy online thing that supplies the numbers for you real fast, let me know. I can email you a link. I could probably even pull it up on my laptop here today. It's pretty cool. You just sort of put in the author's name and up pops the cutter number. So here's where you would find that in a record, in that 082 field. In this case, those two zeros after the 082 basically mean that this is a cutter number or a Dewey number that was assigned by Library of Congress. So it's pretty authoritative. And that 2 subfield, that's for the addition of Dewey Decimal Classification that was used to create this number. So 22, we're on the 23rd edition now, so 22 is good. If you see something that's like 5, I've seen 15. I've seen some that are pretty early. Yeah, that's something where if the number looks at all suspicious or it doesn't quite fit in your catalog, that's why it's an earlier version. It's not really sufficient. That might be something where you email the cataloging committee and say, I have this book and it goes with this record, and the Dewey number in the 082 is so out of date. Could we possibly replace that for the consortium just so everybody has access to the latest? But don't replace it yourself until you get some sort of word on that. Go ahead and just put in the new number in your catalog and don't mess with everyone else's. But it's worth telling them, like, this is really out of date, just because, So when you're creating your Dewey numbers, look at what other people have done. Again, Library of Congress and UNC are not exactly great for this because they use Library of Congress numbers. So my go-tos for that don't work as well, but there are some larger public libraries that provide really good Dewey numbers beyond this consortium where you can find a lot of good ones. I do like to look at Charlotte Mecklenburg. certainly the big public libraries, Dallas, Philadelphia Free Library, New York. You can look at anything like that and see what they've assigned, if they have it, if they've assigned anything. You can also go on to WorldCat Local and look through the libraries that own what you've got or something similar, and then go out to their websites and look at what they have. There's also the print version of Dewey classification, which a lot of you probably have. And you may not have the 23rd edition. As long as you've got 20-something, you're probably fine. If you don't, that might be one of those things where you go and beg your administrators. The other thing you might beg them for is Maxwell's Handbook to RDA. It's a tome. It's like 1,000-something pages, and it walks you through all the rules in RDA with examples, with mark and coded examples, and it has samples of how you construct records for all sorts of different types of resources in the appendixes in the back. So you've got all sorts of stuff. So Maxwell's Handbook. Beyond that, Web Dewey is a really nice resource. So if you have access to Connection, I know there are a few libraries in the consortium that do. You can get into Web Dewey and construct numbers from there also. Again, my former students have access to this. They should still have the passwords, usernames and passwords. It's a student account. Just plug yourselves in, hand them out to your friends. We aim to help at UNC Greensboro. Just don't make it too public knowledge. And then if you want simple numbers, maybe going up to about 1 decimal, Library Thing has a really nice little website where you can build very simple numbers. This is quite often sufficient. I know there are some people in North Carolina who have some other websites that they really like for constructing Dewey numbers that may get a little more complicated than that. So if you're looking for something that's going to guide you a little further, you might put out on the listserv, like I'm looking for a website where I can find good Dewey numbers, and see what people start sending your way. That's going to be a really good resource, that listserv, for lots of things like that. Like, I want to find a place where I can find good Dewey numbers. Can you help me? I really want to be able to assign the Spanish subject headings. And where can I find that vocabulary? We were talking about that earlier. I still haven't figured out quite where to do that, but I know some people who found it, so it's somewhere. It exists, but you can put that out there and start asking people, and somebody will come up with an answer somewhere and help you out. That's part of the community here. The beauty of the consortium, you can help each other out. Any questions? Yes. Nice. I like that. Okay, guys, it's an app. The Decimator. I love that name too. The Decimator. It's amazing what they make apps for these days.